Hello everyone, welcome to day 20. Today is about race conditions, toy to the world. So we're going to race today. Did you bring your cars? But into serious topics. Today's video is from the bearded IT dad. And how? So what is the latest drama? TBFC has done a limited edition sleigh toy. Only 10 pieces are available. So they are inviting scalping, I see. Smart people. But yeah, unfortunately, something happened. More than 10 lucky customers were emailed saying that their order was successful. It was a confusion. Everyone was screaming, ah! And of course, we had to call the greatest player to ever live, Max Cady. She's back, once again, to solve any issues. And what did she notice? She noticed that multiple buyers purchased at the exact same moment. She thought that it was probably Sir Carrot Pains and the Bedded Bunnies. They found a way to exploit it. Oh no! They just clicked very fast and just sent a lot of toys to them. So in the morning, once again, there were screams all over the place. And how was that caused? Well, race conditions. As you can see, it's something related to speed, not cars, but speed. And how does this speed affect a web application? This is what we will learn today. So yeah, don't forget to click the machines and check it. So what are race conditions? They explain it here. So basically, a race condition happens when two or more actions occur at the same time and the system can't actually determine what was the order in which they finished. There are different types of race conditions. There is a time of check to time of use. So TOCTOU, very fun name. It's basically, they give a very good example here. So for example, two users buy the same last item at the same time because the stock was checked before it was updated. What do I mean by this? Imagine that two users try and buy the last item, so there's only one item left. We check the inventory, so there's one item, but instead of we deducting the one item that's there, we first tell to the user that the item is available. So if two people run this at the same time, or milliseconds close enough, it can cheat the system into thinking that it's okay to order that item, despite it only being one and there being two users. There's also about shared resources. They also give a very cool example here, which is two cashiers updating the same inventory spreadsheet at once, and one overwrites the other work. And finally, atomicity violation. Oh no, what is this? An atomic operation should happen all at once, either fully done or not at all, so no in-betweens, or this action happens or it doesn't happen. So buying an item should be like that. Can we buy the item? Then we do the full process. Can we not buy it? Then we cancel the payment, cancel the delivery, etc. And once again, they give a very good example here. Imagine that you pay for an item, but before the system processes this, someone changes the price. Or payment is recorded, but the order confirmation fails because another request interrupts the process. So you can see that a lot can happen that will just be annoying to deal with as a developer. Just imagine you have a delivery system and people order items that just don't exist, or they order items but they can sneak the price lower. Oh no, the danger. But yeah, race conditions are very dangerous and unfortunately are not related to racing. Yeah, that's the worst thing about race conditions. And for today, we will use Burp Suite, which I used once on one of the days, I can't remember exactly, with Firefox and their page. So we need to go to Firefox and enable Burp Suite, and let's also open Burp Suite. So don't forget to enable the Foxy proxy. Let's first do the login. Yeah, so be careful, don't have this enabled yet. Now you can enable it, and let's set up Burp Suite. Yeah, next, start Burp. It's a temporary project, they explain it here. And we go to proxy, and they tell us exactly this, that we need to be careful not to be proxying yet. But because we already logged in, we can have it on. And then we go to Firefox, we enable Burp. Okay, Burp is already enabled. And then we will have this website. Yeah, so log in with these credentials like we already did. And to make a legitimate, we need to add to cart. So Burp Suite is already intercepting this, so we can let it go, so we can forward all. So now we need to go to orders. Once again, if you are intercepting, let the requests go through. And they say for us to confirm and pay. Okay, so yeah, so they want us to make the full request. Okay, I see. And once that is done, view orders. Okay, so because we did requests, we can now go to HTTP history, and they say here we should go and check the process checkout, which is here, and we should send to repeater if I'm not mistaken. And we send to repeater. And then we need to open repeater. And they tell us to create a group tab, which is very handy. With cart. Let's give it a green color. Create. Very nice. Okay. And now they want us to duplicate the tab. Duplicate only once. Okay, they give us an example. So 15. Yeah, because we want to cause a race condition. Very nice. Now we need to click the send. And we can click the little arrow and click send group in parallel. Okay. So we select this option. And then they tell us to send the group in parallel. Very nice. Okay. And they tell us to visit the web app. And as we see, it's oversold by 7. Very nice. But yeah, so with Burp Suite, it's very easy to see how a race condition would happen in real life. Imagine that a shop of shoes let you do this, so you could over order and it will be chaotic. Companies can lose a lot of money because imagine that you only have 10 units. You will need to refund a lot of money to these people. Be sure to follow these mitigation steps. They are very nice. So atomic database transactions, so stocks deduction and order creation execute as a single consistent operation. This is very important because like we saw, if we first check if the inventory is true, then we get back to the user and tell him, okay, there is stock, and then we only deduct, that can cause that we overordered. And yeah, this also is very nice. Perform a final stock validation right before committing the transaction. This prevents overselling 90% of the times. So idempotency keys, that's a tough word, but that basically means and rate limiting, because this of course helps like 1000%. Because if you limit the number of buys, it can be good because it's very difficult for you to have like thousands of requests at the same millisecond. And yeah, now that we have done this, they tell us to do the same to the bunny plush blue. So let's first go to repeater. Let's clean the cart group. Close all tabs in the group. Yes. Just creates new ones. Nice. And then let's do what they did, which was a real request. So add to cart. And let's confirm and pay. And now we can go to Burp Suite. Go to HTTP history. We should have more requests here, I suppose. And it's this one. Now we can send this to repeater. Go to the repeater. Then we can create a tab group. R2. Make it purple. Create it. Then let's make a gazillion tabs. This time I want to do 50 tabs. It should be more fun. And now let's do send group in parallel. And let's see the world burn. Very nice. Yeah, they now have minus 47 bunny plush blue. Weird that they call this bunny plush blue. Is this supposed to be a Bluey reference? Do you have kids? Do they like Bluey? Yeah, I'm sick of hearing that song. But yeah, we finished it. Now we are professional racers. We know all about racing. We know all about Formula 1. I don't know nothing about Formula 1, but yeah, let's say we do. And I hope that you liked today's race. And yeah, so as you can see, a simple mistake can cause millions in losses to companies. And this is very important, so always be careful of your race conditions. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.